One of the first things you need to consider for getting a guinea pig is cage size. You have to get 2 or more piggies because, as I've said many times, guinea pigs live in herds. They need to be together. You can't just get one guinea pig. They'll be lonely. So you need a cage that is at least the equivalent size of a 2x4 CNC cage. You of course can build other types of custom cages. So go around to wherever you're going to put the cage and measure. Do you have enough room for the proper housing size for your guinea pigs? If the answer is no, then it's not fair to get the piggies still just because you want them and stick them in a small cage. I hear a lot that people say, I can't get a CNC cage, I don't have enough room. Well, then perhaps you shouldn't get the guinea pigs because it's not fair to them that you don't have the proper room to house them. It's not okay to stick a little pet store cage on top of your dresser because that's all the room you have. That's my opinion. If you don't have the room for the piggies, you shouldn't be getting the piggies. So measure first to make sure you have the room and everybody's okay with where you're going to put the cage. Next thing is something you see all the time in rehoming ads for guinea pigs. Gotta rehome them because I have allergies. This is something that's very important to go check out first before you get the guinea pigs. Go to a friend's house who has a barn, be around hay, be around animals, see if that irritates you. It's a very easy thing to find out beforehand, because you don't want to get the guinea pigs, put them in their cage, and then find out, oh, I'm allergic to their hay. There's no way around it really. Guinea pigs have to have hay. They can't just have those little hay cubes. They need long strand hay. So if you're allergic to their hay, I guess you're not going to be able to keep them. And I find that very sad when there's rehoming ads because of allergies. I have allergies to my guinea pigs and their hay, and I knew I would. But I'm okay with that. But if you're not going to be okay with having allergies every day due to your piggies, then you better not get any. Next, you need to think about cost. Getting the cage for the guinea pig isn't the problem, because if you get a CNC cage, you can build a decent sized cage for under $50. That's pretty cheap. But the cost of their hay, their pellets, and their fresh vegetables can be quite pricey. The cost for their bedding, the cost for little cozies, little treats, anything like that can get quite pricey. I purchase 100 pounds of hay at a time and 50-pound bag of pellets, and that might cost me over $150, and I have to stock up on that about every 3 months at least, probably less than that. And also I use cage liners, which getting one liner can sometimes be around $70 to $100. Or people who use such things like Carefresh bedding, that is so expensive. Over here in Canada it was like $30, $35 just for one little bag, and that would only fill up about a 2x3, 2x4 cage. And if you're changing their cage every week, that's going to be a lot of money. Now vegetables, you think that's not very much money, but when you're spending $10 to $15 every week, that adds up over time. So you need to know whether you can afford to feed them properly. You can't take shortcuts and be like, oh, I'll just buy veggies every other week, or I'll feed hay maybe just every other day. You can't do that. If you can't afford the piggies, then you're not going to be able to get them. They're more expensive than you'd ever think they would be. The next question you need to ask yourself is, do you have the time for your guinea pigs? That's another thing I see in ads a lot. Too busy at school, don't have enough time, working too much, the guinea pig's not getting enough attention, things like that. You need to think, do you have enough time to spend with your piggy? Do you have enough time to clean them out, to feed them? Are they going to get in your way? Because pigs aren't for everyone. I spend a lot of time with them and I enjoy it. Some people might find it a hassle to do all the things they're going to need to do. They need to be cleaned out at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. They need to be fed every day. fed their veggies, their pellets, their hay. You need to clean water bottles and dishes. If you have fleece, you need to do laundry all the time. You need to do some maintenance for their grooming. So they're a lot of work. You need to think before you get them, do I have the time and do I want to spend the time that these guinea pigs are going to need?